what you've been doing.
It's like a not Chen so I did lose the 90.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am your host, Al, and today we have a very, very special open event for you guys on this beautiful Sunday. Today is the 13th of June, and there's no other better day than to get the rockets flying and the fireworks bursting. This is the group stage, and in front of you here we have Eliel Sosis sitting at 23.93 rating, and we have Alex Averin on his opposing side.
I'm ready to play Ani. I think I get a buy,
Both players two winged loopers. Eliel is more of like a rally type player, prefers to kind of stay consistent inside the point. So I imagine the rally is going to go on, and Alex is really going to be the one looking out to close out the points here. Smooth as butter opening backhand. From Eliel. Goes for the serve. A soft forehand flick, maintains control of it at all times. Nets him the point. All right, quick 2-point lead for Eliel. And very delicate touch from Alex Averin there, able to keep the ball very short. And takes the forehand cross court. Eliel with a shovel serve. Ball goes to the backhand. Classic setup. A little bit of side spin. And then follows it up with the inside out forehand. I was wondering when Alex was going to whip out his reverse pendulum serves. It gets the perfect return that he was looking for, however, unable to capitalize on that and close out the point. Clips the top of the net. A 5-3 scoreline. Eliel, I imagine, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Go for that shovel serve. Hope for a return to your backhand. If it's wide enough, go for the inside out. If it's not, go for the opening backhand route. And the let ball. Ball dribbles from another court. Five, 4.
One of those four. I think you can one of those two. Oh, well, okay. And one of those two is amazing.
Oh man, fantastic placement from Elisle. This man just knows his setup so well. Goes for the shovel serve, short to the forehand, and then goes for the third ball attack cross court. And a solid placement from Alex. Takes it right into the elbow of Elisle. And jams him up pretty well. Nice and controlled by Alex for the inside out, slow spinny loop.
Did you play Ojo? Did you win?
Less than 5 minutes.
And with that, the scoreline is equalized, sitting at a 6-6 scoreline. This is the first time, I believe, the score has been equal. Elisle had been enjoying a steady 2-point or 1-point lead.
I don't know how it be. I was playing really good too, so
Elisle maintaining the pace on that ball and keeping Alex pinned on the backhand corner. As soon as Alex even considers stepping around,
there are 4 people.
you can see Elisle pivoting on the other side. And the fishing rally begins. Elisle pinning Alex on that backhand side. Alex with some massive backhand rockets goes for the forehand pivot and unfortunately not quite able to connect to the table.
If I give the final, he will destroy me 3-0. He will just go on. And then also he's on the I don't know. I'm not gonna play Adi. I didn't check. I think it's supposed to.
And guys, if you're watching, make sure to share this live stream with your friends. No hesitation, Alex steps around and takes the ball down the line with a forehand loop kill. Seven, 8. Alex now trailing by 1. And he has been trailing for most of the game. And the transitions are flawless from Alex here. As soon as he gets that backhand in, and he feels that it's comfortable enough, he steps around with the forehand, gets it in, and earns himself a point. 8-8. An unforced error there. Perhaps didn't expect that much quality on the return. Alex now enjoying a lead for the first time in the game and at a quite tricky scoreline. You gotta wonder if the nerves are getting to Elisle. Now Alex has 2 serves and 2 game points. So he's going to go for the high toss reverse pendulum. A bit of a scuffed serve, but it actually works out in his favor. The ball sits up a little bit high above the net, I think Eliel saw that and got a little bit, perhaps, eager to close out the point, but the ball goes out way wide. Alex seemed a little bit surprised, but he was like, you know what, I'll take it. We're getting ready to head into game 2 of the match. Alex was on the back foot for the majority of that game. However, towards the end, catches up and is able to close it out with a nice couple of solid points. It looks like all gears are firing for Alex. Looks like he's going to change things up a little bit. Goes for the pendulum serve, short to the forehand. Alex pushes it deep to the backhand side and didn't maybe adjust quite well enough to the side spin on that. Misses the opening loop on the backhand. And Eliel is looking a little bit lost right now. It's been a few points, and it's either him, it's a lot of unforced errors, going either clipping the top of the net or going completely out of the table. It's a big deficit to be sitting at, especially if you're one game down, and it's only going to get more difficult from here. Alex goes for a broke with a swooping forehand shot. I'm not too upset at it. If you're enjoying a 6-point lead, those are the kind of shots you should be going for. Alex now giving up 3 points in a row. I guess Christmas is here. Oh, the side spin chop block. Fancy stuff, but it's the last shot that counts. And unfortunately, that one goes into the bottom of the net. 5'6". Goes for the shovel serve. Half long to the backhand side. And the push drifts long. Alex unable to handle the inside out forehand. Guys, let me remind you, Alex was up 6-0, and he is now sitting at a 6-7 scoreline. Finally holding off Lyle's winning streak here. Oh, man. That ball had so much hang time in the air. All sorts of spin on it. All right, 8-8. Looking at Alex, thinking of his serve choice. I imagine it's going to be all tried and true, the reverse pendulum. Nope, changes it up, goes for the shovel serve. Oh, and a great backhand loop away from the table. Lyle taking it down the line. Alex literally against the wall. Goes for the all or nothing backhand. However, hits the edge of his paddle and flies away. That one does not miss. Remember last game? The ball sat up high, came out with a no-spin serve, and Lyle missed it long. This time he hits it. But to be fair, the ball off that reverse pendulum serve came out a little bit worse than the last one. A let ball. (10-8). Lyle looking to secure the equalizing game. And that's it. Lyle able to close out game number 2, which he was down for 6 points, guys. Lyle was down 6 points, and then he came back and won 7 points in a row.
I don't take it as a win. If he was trying as hard as he could, like if he played like he thought I was bad. He thought I was bad. That's why the first game he was just like, what's it called? He was playing.
Not quite following what's going on here. Perhaps this is game number 3.
If I beat him in the final,
I'm not keeping track of the score, it seems.
I'm good. I'm gonna hit.
Tall has a weird style.
All right, Lyle getting ready for the serve. Oh, clips the top of the net and falls down. I am quite confused at this point. However, you know, the players decide the points. So Alex seems like he had taken game number 2. I gotta adjust the scoreboard real quick. All right, 0-2. Lyle with a 2-game deficit. Shovel serve to the middle of the table. Goes for the pivot, steps around and gets his forehand in. However, unable to secure the follow-up. Not quite sure what Lyle was expecting with regards to how the ball would return there, but perhaps not quite ready for that. And I wonder if this is a little bit of hubris from Alex. Went for the step around forehand. He thought, you know what, I got a great shot in. I don't think it's going to come back, and gets punished for it. Lyle blocks it right down the line. And no hope of of winning that point. Opening backhand flick right to Alex's backhand. Blocks it down the line and nobody home to return it. (3-7). Alex changing up his service. Shovel serve from the forehand side. Ball sits high up above the net. Gets forehand flick cross court. And Lyle now enjoying a 5-point lead. Man, I gotta say, I'm in love, absolutely in love with Lyle's play style. Super consistent on the backhand opening loops, and very measured. And a forehand from downtown takes it down the line, keeping himself in this match. Now sitting at a 1-game deficit. However, Alex only needs 1 game in order to close this one out. Game number 4 of the match. Let's see what Alex thinks up for this one. Goes for an aggressive backhand. And Lyle unable to handle the amount of pace and topspin on that ball. Ball goes long. Finally gets himself up on the board. Lyle Sosis definitely looking to take this one to the 5th. Takes it right into Alex's elbow. And ball goes long. And I feel like Alex is kind of unsure of what to do. Every time he seems to be stuck, he goes for the long, fast serve towards the backhand, and Lyle has punished him every single time. Blocks it down the line. My God, that ball was loaded with spin. High quality opening loops on both wings. And he has his game plan down extremely solid. Elisle knows what he's going for. Shovel serve, he either goes with it to the short forehand side or the half-long backhand, occasionally short to the backhand side. And then either goes for the forehand pivot or the backhand opening loop. Alex stands up and slaps that ball, takes his frustrations out on it. Understandably so, sitting here at a 4-point deficit. A fantastic rally from both of these gentlemen. Alex able to stay in that point for so long. His back up against the wall. And a couple of big backhand swings. Get him back into the point just enough to be able to get his forehand in and earn the point outright. I think perhaps Alex overestimating how much spin was on that ball. Now with a 4-point deficit still. Rips the backhand. Closing down the lead ever so slightly. And it looks like this one is going to be going to the 5th, ladies and gentlemen. 5 game points. Slow and controlled loop. Alex goes for a quite low chance shot. So going into the 5th here, what kind of game plan is Alex going to have? Well, we already seen Elisle is very measured with his play style, so he doesn't have to think about too much, but Alex isn't really the kind of player that sticks to one game plan throughout the whole match, and his play style kind of depends on how his level is on the day. But most importantly, we're going to need to have Alex really sharpen up those serves. A lot of his short serves have been drifting quite long, and a lot of his long balls have had little to no quality and have also been sitting quite high above the net. And, you know, some players might get tempted by those kind of low quality serves and go for broke, but Elisle just takes the opportunity, put as much quality and spin on that ball, setting himself up always for the next one, which is really not giving Alex any chances. you see his father, also his coach, sitting right outside the court saying big point. Understands how momentum can swing right at the beginning. Table tennis is as much mental warfare as it is physical. Finally see Alex bring out his reverse pendulum serve once again. All right, goes for the side under and gets the return that he was hoping for. Followed up by a step around forehand, inside out. A fantastic rally there by both players. Alex just really needs to take his time here. Go for a better shot selection. Perhaps not such a good sign. Alex just keeps backing away further and further from the table. And Lyle really maintaining the real estate. Fantastic stuff. Blocks it down the line, and Lyle saw that one coming a mile away. Goes for his own down the line forehand. And enjoys a 2-point lead over Alex. Ball set up high on that serve. No spin quality. And it almost kind of worked out in his favor. And Alex able to equalize the scoreline once again, sitting at a 4-4. Fifth game of the match. Lyle opts for the backhand serve. Short to the forehand, looking for the forehand opening loop. Gets it. Ball sits up high on the backhand side. However, Lyle not quite able to close it out. Gets a quick moment to regain his composure. Now trailing by 1 point. I imagine he's going to go for what worked for him the most, which is a shovel serve. Short to the backhand or half long. Indeed he does. Takes it half long to the backhand. Man, Lyle is such a cerebral and consistent player. It seems like his father calls a timeout, so I'm going to go ahead and put a timeout for Lyle. Each player gets 60 seconds. Personally, I'd like a 10-minute siesta, perhaps in the middle of the game. However, I do not make the rules, unfortunately. If I were, table tennis would be a much more different sport. All right. Closes out the timeout. Let's see what Elile's going to go for after a brief conversation with his coach. Shovel serve. Short to the forehand. Oh, heavy chop. Dangerous length. Elile, that shot is so difficult to return. Hemorrhaging points here. However, Lyle is no stranger to pressure. Recall 2 games ago, Alex was up with a 6-point lead. And then Lyle claws his way back, 6-6 scoreline, and earns himself another point on top of that. 7 points in a row of his own. You can see Lyle aiming at Alex's elbow, however, it doesn't quite pan out for him. Ay, ay, ay. A 9-5 scoreline, and Lyle has already used this timeout. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I am a believer in many things. However, this one is looking like it's almost set in stone, and there it is. Alex had 5 game and match points there. Good game from both players. Alex was really quite resilient there. He was on the back foot for most of the match, the beginning of the match. Slowly but surely able to work his way back, and kind of takes off towards the end of the 5th game. So I'm going to go ahead and let the stream run. We do have other matches going on in the background. And as soon as we have our next match set up, I'm going to go ahead and put up the new scoreboard. I will leave the stream running. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. As it stands, Adi is currently playing Tal Leibovitz in the background. Judging by Tal's angry screams, I imagine Adi is in the lead. Okay, so this we were just looking at the group stage. So looks like we're going to get Sean Chen and Eliel Sosis. Another one from Eliel here. A chance for redemption on the stream. And I am here putting up the scoreboard. This is the open singles round robin. And right now we're in the playoff stage. We have Chen sitting at a rating of 22.69. And Eliel, who you just saw, 23.93. So heavy favorite, who is sitting at a 23.93 rating. I think I mentioned that already. So while his chances are a little low, stranger things have happened. Actually, I wonder if we can get Alex and Jaden's game on table 5. Let me go have a quick sidebar with some friends, and I'll be back with an answer. You think we could get Jaden and Alex's game on table 5 instead?
You want Alex on table 5 again?
Yeah, I mean, it's better than this. Neither one has started, Ben. Come on. All right, and after a little bit of pleading, we will be having Alex and Jaden on table number 5. I believe Jaden is number 3 seed, so should be able to see some rockets. Keep the action going. Apologies to Eliel and Sean. However, as much as I am a fan of the technique that comes with playing pips and the pushing and the countering, I like big loops, and I cannot lie. To Eliel and Sean, cannot lie. All right. So Jaden, I believe, is the 3rd seed, as I mentioned. He's sitting at a 24.91 rating. So can he break the 2,500 barrier post-tournament here? And guys, make sure to share the live stream with your friends, your family, your neighbor, your neighbor's friends, anybody who you could really get your hands on. Sit them in front of the computer and make them watch these fantastic matches of table tennis. So we are right about ready to close out the warm up here. Players get 2 minutes of warm up. Okay, and I think Tall is just destroying some stuff in the background there. Just usual Tall things. And here we go. Jaden gets first serve. Heavy underspin short to the forehand, earns himself a point outright. And that is why you do service practice, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah, baby. 2 points in a row, earned outright by service. Who needs big loops when you can just, you know, not? Easy come, easy go. And just as quickly as those 2 points came, they leave us. Knock, knock. No one home. Alex perhaps predicted too much into that one. Gets burned with the step around forehand as Jaden takes it down the line. Two, 4. Alex goes for the pendulum serve. Jaden opens up with a backhand flick. And you can see Alex is looking a bit lost right now.
He improves more than me. In a month, he would improve more than me.
Steps around with so much spin on that ball. Alex getting a clinic on service right now. An attempt at a long serve. Alex wise to it. Push it deep into Jaden's zone backhand. That being said, Alex still sitting at a 4-point deficit, so what I really like from Jaden is how active he is on his feet. You could really see his micro adjustments on his feet. So precise. Oh, beautiful. Inside out backhand. Wide to Alex's forehand. I don't see that one too often. Jaden takes it down the line and very ready for the follow-up kill. Doesn't even need to make it that far. And there, smooth sailing for Jaden Zhou. Earns himself game 1 with a 11-4 scoreline. doesn't really. Going into the fifth, I can't imagine Jaden changing up his strategy too much. That game was too easy for him. And if it ain't broke, you don't fix it. Serve receive, a little shoddy from Jaden, but it's the first point, so who's really paying too much attention to that? You always, take a little bit of loss so you could write it off on the taxes. And there you go, 1-1. Second time, Jaden goes for the push, and it sits a bit high. Alex takes advantage of it, so I imagine we're going to see Jaden go for less pushes and perhaps some more aggression with his own loops. A lot of grip adjustment going from that serve into the point. I can't help but feel like that may have hindered him a bit there. But there's a reason he is sitting at 2491 rating, and I am not. The Chiquita comes in fantastic, deep into the backhand of Alex. Opens up into the forehand rally, and Jaden able to put so much side spin on that ball. Giving him a hard time. Alex did call a let before that ball landed, so we're going to see what kind of shenanigans happen here. Nope, he called the let. There you go. Two four, I think. Oh man, able to turn on a dime. Jaden takes it down the line. Impressive stuff. And when players go down the line, they don't necessarily get that much spin on the ball. They could get some pace going, but Jaden, a lot of quality on those loops. Had the right idea. Ball sat up with a little bit of side spin. Wanted to go for the inside out soft touch. Alex enjoying a 2-point lead. However, he is still down one whole game. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Perfect composure, sees that it sat up high and takes the loop cross court. Mwah, excellent. And he is right there waiting. And that is how angles work, ladies and gentlemen. Alex goes for the all or nothing shot. However, don't really like the chances on those ones too much. Jaden has been down for the majority of the second game and now is able to enjoy a 1-point lead. Keeping up the pressure with high-paced backhand shots. Can't really tell if it's mostly pace on that or if they're actually spinny. Reads Alex like a book. Reverse pendulum goes long, and Jaden, you could see the moment he saw that he knew what was happening, stepped around and went for the kill. Ball sits up high, and Jaden punches it. Alex, completely reactionary shot, somehow able to get it back on the table, and that's enough to earn him the point. Wow, I don't even know how he was able to get that one where it clipped the top of the net and went perfectly half long to his forehand. I feel like I would have broken an ankle or maybe two if I tried to attempt a return at that. Jaden very patient with it, takes it down the line, right into Alex's body. 3 game points for Jaden. Oh, beautiful, heavy push down the line to Alex's forehand, and as soon as it returns, loads up on that elbow. The flattest of backhand hits earns Jaden Zhou the second game of the match. And guys, if you're enjoying the stream, make sure to share the stream with your friends. Give us a like. It does help us out. If you would like to see more of us, make sure to give us a follow. Stay updated on when we go live. We have a monthly tournament here at the Princeton Pong Club in New Jersey, USA. So if you're an international viewer with some free time and you want to come down, hey, come through. We're waiting for you. Great push length from Alex on those receives. And Jaden, very smart, changing up the service. Has kept it short for the majority of the match so far, and now cashing in on the long serve. And that Chiquita is just so smooth. Alex now with a 1-point deficit. Goes for a heavy chop block on a ball that had no spin. And that one will fly away from the table. Right. Seems like he still has his head into the game. Hasn't given up on it. Great stuff from Jaden there. Takes the ball down the line with a step around forehand. Footwork and technique to be envious of. Reverse pendulum serve from Alex. You can see even Alex is upset with the service quality, Balls are sitting up high, and the length is drifting quite long. Oh, and there's the nail in the coffin. Alex is probably beyond tilted at this point. And a 4-point lead for Jaden.
Yeah. Only if my wife goes into labor. She thinks it's happening Wednesday. She thinks it's gonna happen Wednesday. At night she's having like stronger Braxton Hicks and stronger contractions. Every night it's getting worse.
Oh, beautiful. Jaden perfectly placed on the forehand corner of Alex's side.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I've seen Alex play a single short serve in the past 5 points. I think it is quite safe to say that he has given up on this one. I imagine when he reviews his match footage. Oh, all right, a little bit of show for the crowds, of course. Heavy on the forehand flick there, earns him the point outright. Hey, I mean, if you're down with that many points, you might as well shoot for the stars. If you fall, you'll land on the clouds. Okay, Alex may have heard me here, and he may have gotten quite upset about me saying he has given up on this one, and suddenly hitting all of his shots. This man has apparently entered the Matrix. He just slap every ball. Who knew? If you have a hard time returning any shot, just slap it. Just slap it. Just whack it. Who cares about technique? Topspin? I don't know that person. And a smart timeout by Jaden. Nine-7 scoreline, inching ever so slightly towards the end of the game. Heavy on the top spin. Alex unable to handle the quality on that. Ball goes long. Here we go. Game point. Alex goes for the all or nothing backhand. Jaden wins the match. Congratulations to Jaden. And we still have many more matches to go, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. If you have any questions, I am right here. You could drop some in the comments. We are live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. So you can enjoy on whichever platform you prefer.
That game was intense, bro. It was so funny when you lived.
Okay. So our top seeds for today, Ojo Onolaupo. And we also have Michelle Levinsky. Those are our number 1 and 2 seeds. I imagine that's who's going to show up in the finals. I know. Call me a call me a person that goes along with the status quo, but hey, that's what I think is going to happen. So I'm going to go find out what we have lined up next, and I'll be right back. Okay, some breaking news, I guess. Apparently, I'm the last one to find out, but since Manav Shah had beaten Ojo Onolaupo in the group stage, the way that the dominoes ended up falling was that Michelle and Ojo ended up playing each other in the quarters, and Ojo has been knocked out. And now Michelle will be moving on. So we're going to be seeing him in the semifinals, I believe. And I believe the other side of the bracket is being played out. You can see it in the background there as we speak. So the winner from that match is going to be playing Jaden Zhou for the semifinal. Okay, guys, ignore everything that I said. I'm going to refrain from explaining any more of how the bracket works until I educate myself a little bit more on it. You know what? Perfect timing. I have Adi Sareen next to me, and I'm sure he'd be happy to explain to us how the bracket works. Adi, do you mind telling me how that works?
Okay. So the match that is playing right now in the background, the winner of that match plays Manav Shah in the quarters, and after that match, then Adi Serene plays the winner of Manav's match after Chen and Elio. So, and then the other side, Michelle probably has to play Jaden in the semis. And yeah, that's the draws.
I like how you referred to yourself in third person. That was pretty meta. We'll see if we can get a better view of the far side court, since there's some action going on there. No, a little bit more. All right. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Mr. Ben Rosenberg, for getting us a zoom in on that. You guys are seeing Sean Chen and Lyle Sosis. And I believe Adi explained the process for how the bracket works. Okay, so I just got the scoreboard, and we have Lyle had won the first game 11-8, and then the second one, Sean Chen was able to close it out in a tight 11-9, and completely new story for the third game of the match. Lyle blows out Sean out of the water with an 11-4 scoreline. And I am inputting the information right now. 23-93. So Lyle is up 2 games to 1. I'm not quite sure of what the score is, but we will try to get a read on it.
Last time I saw it was 1-1.
So this is definitely the 4th game ongoing right now. Ooh. Takes the backhand parallel to Sean's forehand. Great save from Lyle. Goes for the high lob, punches it back into the court, goes for the fishing rally. A big counter loop from Lyle earns him the point there. Man, so resilient, so fast on his feet. Lyle had no right winning that point. However, that is what happens when you have 2,400 rating. You can just, you know, pull out some magic and earn yourself points that you have no right winning. Oh, beautiful stuff from Sean Chen. The ball sits up high, and Sean is like, you know what, I am done with this point. I might still want to continue this one, but I'm just gonna punch the air out of this plastic ball. And Sean really giving it his all right now. Gotta love the heart, gotta love the spirit. Quite the large rating differential here, but still fighting. And that's what we love to see. Oh man, that is beautiful stuff. The ball just sits a little bit wide on the backhand side, and Sean it's an automatic shot for him. Takes it down the forehand line. Lyle not quite sure of what to do. The ball sat up high, and it was almost like he was spoiled for choices. Wasn't sure if he wanted to smash it or loop it. Is it a fast loop? Is it a slow loop? And just kind of chokes it a little bit. And I think that's the first tomahawk serve that I've seen Lyle put up today, and hey, it does him pretty well. Able to take the ball cross court with a strong forehand loop. This time attempted to take it down the line. You see a smirk on his face there. A little bit of mind play from both players. Oh, beautiful save from Lyle there. The ball was almost close to hitting the ground, and he picks it up from around the net. Back on the table, and Sean is perhaps too eager to close that point. Step around forehand. Takes it wide to Lyle's backhand. And I am pretty sure this is still the fourth game, so. Okay, so I just got the scoreline. My sources tell me that the scoreline is 8-5, so. Oh, saves the ball. And a 6-8 scoreline. Chen hanging on for dear life. Closing down the lead ever so slightly with 2 points in a row. Sean now looking to equalize the scoreline at 8-8. And it appears that a timeout has been called, perhaps by Lyle's coach, also his father. And what kind of serve will Sean opt to go for as we approach the end of this fourth game? Usually he's been avoiding Lyle's backhand here, so I imagine we're going to see some sort of short forehand or middle of the table serve. Okay, goes for the middle of the table. Lyle's still able to get his backhand opening loop in, followed by a cross-court forehand. Seamless transition from Lyle. Shovel serve, I imagine either half long to the backhand, goes to the middle of the table. The ball skids across the table as soon as those pips touch it. Props to Lyle for being able to adjust to such pace changes. Punches from Lyle. The punches from Sean, absolutely relentless. Lyle able to get him back on the table, finally gets his forehand in, and Sean, perhaps too used to the blocking game and not enough to the looping game, swings for the fences, but the ball goes way too long. Beautiful backhand flick over the table, earns him game and match point. fantastic stuff from Lyle. And the bracket now advances. So we will get to see some fantastic games coming up, guys. All games from here on out are super high-level players, so don't miss out. As you can see here, we have Michelle Levinsky walking onto the screen. That is currently the top seed remaining in this tournament. So we're going to have Michelle up against Jaden. Okay, so we have Michelle sitting at 2491 rating. Sorry, excuse me. That's Jaden. And this is the semis. Okay, so while we're working on getting the camera adjusted, I am inputting the information. And Michelle sitting at a 2596 USATT rating. Quite the hefty one. Jaden opens it up with the first point. A little bit of a weird return coming off the racket of Jaden. I think it hit the edge or something. Heavy underspin serve, earns him the serve outright. Sorry, earns him the point outright. We've seen him gain a whole bunch of points like that today. And a parallel counter forehand loop by Jaden. Heavy spin on that. Jaden so afraid to put any forward momentum on that ball, or else it would have just flew away. And Jaden not taking this one lightly at all, putting putting all of his power into it. A lot of concentration here. Michelle now trailing with 4 points. And that is Michelle's signature serve, the reverse pendulum. Probably, you know, the best in the country with that serve. And see some sort of discussion here. I'm not quite sure what about. That is not my problem, though. Oh, beautiful stuff. Michelle finding himself out of position, and that is definitely by design. Jaden was able to place the ball quite well into Michelle's body. I'd like to see Michelle slow things down a little bit, take his time. Okay, so it should be Michelle's service right now. So I imagine there's some sort of serve disparity that they were arguing about. Oh, that's got to be brutal. Ball clips the edge there. Now the top of the net, but Michelle is not phased, able to get his loops back on the table. Oh, fooled him. He's been serving him underspin.
Jaden.
And then this time cashing out on the no spin serve. Michelle misreads it, pushes it long. And if you guys give me a moment, I'm going to go ahead and adjust the camera real quick, and I'll be right back.
Who won?
Your roadie was not good.
Did Jaden win?
He won the first
Jaden
game.
win.
Won the first game. And more. Okay.
Oh, back just in time. Ball sits up a little bit high off that push. However, coming with just the right amount of side spin to throw off Jaden. Misses the loop. Solid placement from Michelle there. (2-0), and I imagine we're going to see the reverse pendulum serve come out again, and I imagine it's going to be gracing us with its presence ever so commonly of Michelle's game. And the thing with, you know, such high quality service is that the contact is so fine that you know, you may see the ball whiff the paddle every once in a while. That being said, these players practice their service game for hours on end. And perhaps loaded a little bit too much juice on that one. Clips the top of the net. Oh, beautiful stuff from Jaden. Staying very aware of what's going on. Earns himself point outright via the reverse pendulum serve. Fantastic stuff. An over-the-table cross-court forehand loop. Coming in with a vengeance. Now let me remind you guys, Jaden is up 1 game. So very quickly, this could transition into something extremely dangerous for Michelle. And Jaden really maintaining the real estate for the majority of the court space here. Michelle, you know, keeps backing away from the table, and I'm sure he loves having space to put his loops in, but if your shots aren't, you know, hitting flush, then you're going to be having a tough time, and that's exactly where we see Michelle right now. See these guys hitting their hard loops fine, but when it comes to the soft touch shots or the soft loops, they're kind of having a bit of a hard time right now. Perhaps some nerves, a little bit of tension. Oh, beautiful serve from Jaden. So spinny, a lot of side spin on that. Short to Michelle's forehand side. This time set a little bit high above the net, allowing Michelle to push it wide into Jaden's backhand. And that kind of jams him up. And most of the time we've seen Jaden attempt that soft touch forehand receive. He's been going to the middle of the table, and now he's gone to Michelle's wide forehand. So a lot of adjustments being made here from both players. Beautiful stuff from both players here. Honestly, did not expect Michelle to return that. Ball was sky high, and Jaden put his whole body behind that ball. All right, guys, this is getting a bit tense for Michelle. The room's heating up. This man is down 2 game points right now, and he's about to be 2 whole games down. So talk about pressure. All right. Hey, when in doubt, go back to basics. Slow and controlled opening loop earns him the point. Still not out of danger yet. Oh, the ball skids off the top of the table surface there. Jaden able to close out the second game 11-9. Beautiful stuff, and when we're at these ratings, there's never really a time where you can take a sigh of relief until the last point. Just as Jaden was able to take 2 games in a row, Michelle can take 3, and he's definitely more than capable of doing that. If there's any time to be aggressive here, when you're up 2 games, this is prime time. to take those tough shots, take those high risk shots, try to widen the point gap. I like it. Had the right idea, but Michelle's serve staying very sharp. A 1-1 scoreline, and guys, this would be incredibly weird if both the number 1 and 2 seed don't even make it to the final, like neither of them. Jaden attempts the counter loop. It almost feels like the rubber is bottoming out there. Put so much force into that ball. And the one thing that has kind of kept Michelle in contention with regards to the scoreline so far in these past 2-3 games has just been his outright brilliant quality service. And Michelle finally, first time being in the lead throughout these last 3 games. And you gotta wonder, where did it all go wrong for Jaden? Now with a 4-point lead, Michelle looking to widen the gap ever so slightly. Goes for a massive forehand counter loop. However, hits the edge of his paddle and flies off into the sunset. Beautiful stuff from Michelle there. Sitting in that backhand corner. It's like, I can do this all day. You're the one who's going to have to get all those big forehand loops in. Beautiful. We're witnessing some high-level stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Jaden takes the ball with a step around forehand down the line into Michelle's wide backhand, somehow able to return that one. Again, guys, I mean, not to keep mentioning it again and again, but Jaden really needs to get his service receive together. So far, he has lost, what is it, 5 points off of service, and that closes out game number 3 at an 11-4 scoreline for Michelle. So, pretty impressive. You got to be wondering if this is going to be the turning point of the match. And guys, if you're enjoying the stream, please make sure to give us a like, share the video, drop a comment, let me know how you're doing. how your day is going. All right, that's neither here nor there. Let's get back into it. Jaden with the serve. Game number 4. Soft touch. And Michelle with a mini loop over the table. Michelle with a hot start. 2-0 lead. I think that's the largest lead we've seen Michelle come out with since the beginning of this match. I really don't know if Jaden wants to be going into the 5th with Michelle here. He's only going to sharpen up his game. Oh, beautiful stuff. Attempt to put a little too much juice on that. Nice stuff. Side topspin serve from Jaden, followed by a an inside out forehand loop, followed by a down the line forehand, changing up directions and turning on a dime. He is so comfortable with those side spin loops cross court. Still a bit uncomfortable dealing with Michelle's spin. You can see Jaden just attempting to soft touch and stay on top of the ball as much as possible. However, that is not quite enough quality to stop Michelle from earning the point out. Took his time. A controlled spinny loop. Does him well. Jaden now trailing by 1. And if I'm Jaden, I put all my eggs in this basket. Make use of your timeout. Really focus up here and try to close it out. 6-4. A let ball. Oh man, he was working with so little space on that loop. I don't even know how he managed to get that much spin or even get it over the net. I would have at least broken 3 of my fingers on that ball. And it is kind of falling apart here for Jaden. A 5-point deficit at a 4-9 scoreline. Still showing some spirit though. An inside-out step-around forehand loop closes down the gap to a 4-point deficit for Jaden. And we've seen him miss those loops when Michelle has been drop shotting, but now they're landing a little bit more flush. This could all add up here. (6-10) and Michelle has 4 game points. Wide serve to Michelle's forehand. Forces him to go for an uncomfortable return. And just as he was down, well, he was down six game points there. He closes down the gap. Only 2 game points for Michelle. So this is definitely doable for Jaden. And props to him for always keeping his head in it. Unfortunate stuff for Jaden. Hits the edge of his paddle. And Michelle able to close out game number 4. And guys, I'm not seeing enough shares here. If you're watching this video and you're enjoying the content, drop a share. Drop a like. Give us a comment. Have other people enjoy the content as well. And of course, after this is all said and done, the footage will remain on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch for your viewing pleasure. All right, here we go. 5th game of the match. Jaden with a strong loop earns himself a point on the board. Heavy quality on that push. Jaden coming out with a good bit of spirit here. A 2-point lead. If there is any sort of favorable start, this is it right here. Oh, beautiful stuff from Jaden. A massive forehand counter loop. A 3-0 lead for Jaden. Widening the gap ever so slightly. Oh, high quality underspin on that serve. Michelle attempts to drop shot it, and he gets punished for it. Sinks it right into the net. Ball clips the top of the net, and Jaden takes the chance and goes for a big counter loop with the forehand. And that is a 5-0 lead for Jaden. Players switch sides, and Jaden still has his timeout. So as soon as Michelle gets like a point or two, hey, go for it. Don't want to give him any chance at all. And the wide service to Michelle's forehand has worked out quite well for Jaden, so might be a good time to pull it out. Perfect stuff from Jaden here. Goes for the cross-court forehand. Michelle takes it down the line. And once again, with the backhand, goes cross-court to Michelle's forehand. And Michelle's in trouble here, guys. Michelle's in trouble. He was able to make it so far with his comeback. And I imagine it'll be quite disheartening for him to stop his momentum right here. Able to claw back 2 games after such a massive deficit, only to lose it in the 5th. That really puts a damper on your day. All right, back in it. Jaden with a 5-point lead, 6-1, still has his timeout. Now with a 4-point deficit. Michelle under an immense amount of pressure. He's definitely feeling some nerves here. Misses the counter loop, clips the top of the net. Still keeping his head in it. The service quite hard to read from that reverse pendulum, setting him up for an easy 3rd ball attack. And Jaden's serve, 7-3. Jaden has been cashing in on those short topspin serves. He's usually been taking it inside out. This time changes it up a little bit, attempts to take it down the line. Michelle's ready for it. I really want to see Jaden test Michelle's forehand a little bit more. Hasn't been looking too sharp today. So, hey, who knows? Maybe he goes for that wide forehand serve, force Michelle to go for a slow opening loop, then attempt a counter.
Well, it helps me move faster. You already did both of them.
And the gap closing down ever so slightly. Michelle, man of steel, nerves of steel, 5-7. And the audacity on this man to keep going for that same drop shot. But hey, if Jaden's not adjusting to it, then oh man, that push was perfect. Jaden is really setting himself up with a heavy foot towards the forehand loop side. A 9-6 scoreline. This is all or nothing for Jaden here. If he wins this one, he's looking at some big rating gain here. Michelle attempts to go for the drop shot. Jaden so smart to load up the underspin on that serve. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That is game and match for Jaden Zhou. An impressive victory over Michelle Levinsky. And that is it. He moves on to the, what is that, the semifinals? Oh, sorry, that was the quarterfinals.
That was semis. That was semis.
Semis. That was semis.
That was a semi.
Going
Yeah.
So now Jaden is in the final.
Okay, so that was the semis, and Jaden advances to the final. On the other side of the bracket, we have Aditya Serene and Lyle Sosis playing out the other side of the bracket. So as soon as they're done, they're going to be facing Jaden, whoever the winner is out of that match. I can attempt to see if we can get you guys a score line. But the best thing I can do for now is point the camera at the players in another court. And you guys are going to have to excuse the copious amount of heads that are going to be in the way, but better than staring at a blank screen. I'll be right back.
How many times do you think it is for the men's break? No, way more than that. This is the simplest spring. I mean, for this spring, we're out for that. Well, if this was ideal, it would never break. But the spring just wouldn't like stretch out. This is like ideal. So it would, I don't think that would. Probably a professor. front, yeah. Oh, no, that's fine. Yo, Al, do you know how the adjustment system works? Do you know how the adjustment system works?
No, there's a calculator there.
Yeah, I know, but this doesn't include adjustments.
It's like 250.
No, not too much.
Yeah, I think it's 200 or 250 points. Doesn't include the adjustment.
No, that's impossible. That's crazy. That's a lot. 250 is like, you gotta beat people who are over 250. Is it going to be over?
No, like 250, like 200 between like one player. And I think two players that can get readjusted. I have no clue, man.
are you putting the barriers? Oh. I will go 100 points. You look at those numbers, it would be 2,500 watch. And once he gains more points, he gets but he's still consistent.
I know when they got married. It's not so good. It's something. There's actually people still alive. She's perfectly healthy.
That game was 15-13.
I assume she married. But like, the thing is, like with live streaming, is that you need like more voters. Alright. Something like this. Yeah. You're not gonna get that. I guess it's like a mini season. Yeah. Skip the. You can put it in taller, or you can put it taller. Why? Someone posted it on the forum. Grandfather got involved, and he met his friend. Yeah. That was one of his classmates.
Okay.
No, I may switch chairs. Let me use the restroom. Give me 30 seconds.
Oh yeah, let me get you.
I think I had a USB cord.
Hmm?
I think I had a USB cord.
An extension?
Yeah.
Why do you have that? Let me see it. Actually, there's no point. We're watching this already.
But it won't be long enough.
Hey, Tall's gonna sit here. Watch out.
I'm able to move this chair and just switch it. Tremendous. Good. gonna be good.
Yeah, for sure. I'm super excited.
Is there a delay in the video?
Yeah, so this is, I usually just listen to the delay to see that the audio's coming out right.
Oh, okay.
And then we watch the official footage here. I know you can't see it, it gets in the way, but
Okay.
this is the live